Spinal health is a balance of power and flexibility. And your husband has plenty of power. Head left. Ooh. Tilt to the right. Yes.
Wow. Amazing.
I know, that is amazing. Did it hurt?
No, it feels good. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Great to see you.
Tell me about your first visit, how you felt, how you feeling now.
I was sore on when we left, and I was sore for the next day.
Okay.
But as every day progressed, I felt better and better. I was here on the 6th. By the 8th, I felt fantastic.
Amazing.
And the 9th, I was really feeling good.
Okay.
So thank you.
Tell me about how, I know you've been doing a lot of walking, you say. I know you're from up north, and you come down here, you do a lot of mobility and stuff like that. Has anything bothering you when you're doing activities? Anything that...
We've been doing a lot of walking. We did a little bike riding, which my knees were a little sore, but that's just because being up north, we don't get out a whole lot.
Gotcha.
Other than that, no, I felt pretty good.
Okay. Where's your knee sore? Usually kind of more on the inside here?
Actually, exactly, on both insides.
All right, we'll check it out. We'll give that some... The meniscus in there is a non-sensitive cartilage, and we can do things to keep it hydrated. The knee doesn't have much blood flow on its own, and sometimes we don't really put it through a lot of range of motion, coupled with the fact that the quad can get pretty tight. And so the muscles up here actually attach down below the knee, and then the tighter the quad is, it kind of vice grips and keeps it all squeezed, and so we can do some stuff to open that up a little bit.
Great.
We're going to go real gentle here. Head back for me as best you can. I'm going to put that head on this. There you go. Relax your head, and then chest relax. Exhale. Let it go. I got you. There we go. Deep breath in. I got you. Let the head relax back on there. Exhale. Let your head relax. Good. Deep breath in. One more. Scoot down a little bit. There we go. Exhale. All the way out. Exhale. Good. Stay there. Good. All right. Here we go. All right. There you go. I've talked to chiropractors and they ask me, how often do you re-examine your patients? Every 10 visits, every 12 visits, every 15 visits? And I go, every visit. I don't wait an arbitrary number of sessions before I re-evaluate and determine where you need work on.
Right.
I base today's care on what I find, and if I don't find anything, I move on, and if I find something to work on, I stay on it. And so it's not I don't think we should just be working I'm going to do 10 sessions the same thing, and then I'm going to decide if that was a good idea or not. No, your care needs to be more dynamic than that. And every visit, I kind of see where the most restricted area is and try to focus on that area. And it'll change. So where the tightest part of your neck is, or the tightest part of your back, it'll, as that area gets unlocked, another area becomes the weakest link, let's call it, the stiffest area. And with the end goal that your whole spine works as a team. And that's really all we can ask for, is to be aging evenly and to not have accelerated aging. We want the person who gets to 70, I want your whole spine to look 70, and that's nothing wrong with that. But it'd be abnormal to be 50 years old and part of your spine looks 80 and part of your spine looks 20. That's what's being labeled disease.
Right.
And it's like, no, guys, that's uneven aging, not a disease process. And all right. There you go. Beautiful. There you go. Nice. Yeah, a little bump there. I'll work on that face down in a second. But yeah, that guy. Most of your spine is young. It just needs to be unlocked.
Really?
Just unlocking a young spine. Well, 80% of it is young. Just 20% of it's not young. And so if we can just not look at the 20% that's aged, and we've got plenty of areas that you can utilize the rest of your life and have a great life. They just need to be woken up. They're in a coma. That's all that I do, is just wake them up. I got your head. Relax here, chin up. Beautiful. Nice. Very nice. I got you. Relax here. Chin up. Beautiful. Look at you. Yeah. Very nice. Let's go face down for me and then shirt off. My goal is kind of like a brand new road, right? Just You get on a brand new road sometimes and it's like, it feels so nice. It's so smooth. You get on a beat up road and you're like, geez, when are they going to repave this thing? Right? And that's what our back should feel like when I'm driving down the highway of your spine. It should be smooth, right? There shouldn't be any speed bumps, no blockages, no potholes. You can feel a little pothole right there. A little speed bump. You want everything gone. That's the normal. The normal is nothing, just smooth everywhere. Okay, there you go. Very good. There you go. There. Very good.
My daughter wants to be a chiropractor.
Very cool, yes.
Yeah.
Do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Make your dreams come true. That's Spinal health is a balance of power and flexibility. And your husband has plenty of power. He is not lacking in any power. And therefore, I do not subscribe to a narrative that he needs to strengthen his spine more,
Really?
right? Which is common. You'll hear, well, you just need more core strength.
Yeah.
Really? He needs more strength? If strength could do it, he wouldn't have a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because he's got plenty of power. I detect no area that doesn't have plenty of strength
Really?
and muscle power. You understand?
Yeah.
Where the imbalance is, what we need to work on is the suppleness, the range of motion. You understand? There's a flexibility. So they're at odds with each other, right? The more powerful you are, usually the tighter everything is, and the more flexible you are, the muscles have to be loose. And so it's a balance. In a world where everybody's so far down the road of power, what do I need to be preaching about? Flexibility, right? And now if everybody came in super, super flexible and there's things called like Ehlers-Danlos or like ligament laxity, people that have very, very lax ligaments. Okay, maybe they need to strengthen a little bit, right? Become a little tighter, right? But that's not a majority of my patients. A majority of my patients are this,
Really?
where we're too stiff and I'm bringing in balance, right? Another analogy is on Earth, we're constantly under gravity, right? We're being compressed all the time by gravity. Unlike the International Space Station that's floating around Earth right now, right? And they're up there in 0G, the astronauts, right?
Right.
And they're in no compression. And what do they have to do? They have to get on treadmills with bungee straps to be compressed for 4 hours a day,
Wow.
right? They have to be compressed.
Yeah.
We never do that. I mean, we're doing that all the time here. But NASA admits that it's balance, right? That up there, if you're floating around in 0G, that's not healthy for you either.
Right.
Because there's no compression, and then everything swells up and ruptures from like a balloon with the discs inflate, they overinflate because they're never under compression. So here on Earth, they're under so much compression, they rupture from too much compression. Up in 0G, floating around, no compression, they rupture from no compression.
Yeah.
So then the conversation then is obvious, it's balance, right? Too much compression here on Earth, no compression in space. We need to be balancing it. Yeah, a little bit right there, yeah. It'd be cool to compare this part of the visit with your first. You'll see, some of the darkest areas of the first visit will still be here, but a lot of the lighter areas won't make, like the darkest stains take the most scrubbing to get rid of, right? The most passes with the carpet cleaner, but the lighter stains will, be gone or be massively faded. And so usually by the third, fourth, fifth visit, very few spots are still coming out. You just have the darkest, oldest injuries lingering. And so right here is where right here and here are the oldest injuries. All right, you guys aren't playing pickleball, are you?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, it seems like everybody's
Everybody's
a pickleballer now.
Yeah, and everybody asks us, do you guys play pickleball?
Oh my! No, staying out of the kitchen because it's not this section of the court they call the kitchen or something. I'm like, oh, what in the world?
They're trying to get us to do it. We're like, no.
It's good for business because it gets everybody all hunched over.
Yeah.
Right? If you watch, you just watch people play pickleball. The posture is one of being pretty,
Yeah.
bent forward and.
It's funny because we go around analyzing people and like, well, they need a chiropractor.
That's right,
Yeah,
right.
we do, it's
You start
fine.
seeing the world through Ed's eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's the greatest when my dad and I are at a chiropractic seminar and the chiropractor's on stage trying to teach us something, and Dad and I all we're doing is looking at their posture.
Yeah.
He's like, he's on his left hip again. Is he gonna do, he's going off to the right. Oh, he's back to the left hip again. He's not putting any weight on that right hip, Ed. He won't do it. He won't do it. Head tilted right. Yep. Mm-hmm. He's going to tilt left. Now he's back to the right. Nice. Yeah. Ooh, I found a spot right there. Yeah, that's what he was feeling. Yeah. These are the stabilization muscles. Pelvic. Glute medius is most specifically the muscle that it's a pelvic stabilizer, and so the alignment of our spine makes this muscle not have to work so hard. So when our lumbar curve goes straighter than it's supposed to be, and our thoracic kyphosis gets too large, this muscle has to work harder. And so, we can clean it out. Ultimately, we keep working on your arching back, working on the posture. Yeah, right there.
Well, it was funny, last time I said to him, I didn't hear you much, so it must not have been as painful as you thought it was going to be.
Right.
Because you didn't see me gripping the thing. He said I was trying to let it out,
The hand grip is
Yeah.
it tells the story.
Yeah.
Took a couple days for the indentations to go away.
Right. So do you highly suggest massages?
Massages are a means to an end, right? So we use it as a tool to get his spine working again. Any area that's frozen, we use massage as a way to help get it moving faster than just using adjustments alone,
Okay.
right? Because I have a reasonable expectation of how quickly it should take to get something moving. Shouldn't take 50 visits.
Right.
I don't have the patience for that. 6, 8 visits, I think, is a good level of time. No, not that spot, Ed. There shouldn't be any.
So like, at home, would you suggest he does massages? I've been trying to talk him into it forever.
As long as they're doing it on the areas that are tight, not the areas that are injured. So the answer is I don't know.
Okay.
Because sometimes practitioners will want to focus on the parts that are pain, like the lower back and the lower neck. And I would caution that because those areas are hurting because they're overstressed. So any further care just further stresses them. And so when you're going to a practitioner, the way you direct the traffic is you don't tell them about that. You tell them, my middle back feels tight, can you help me? My upper neck feels tight, can we help me loosen up those areas? I wouldn't mention your lower back. I wouldn't mention your lower neck. I wouldn't mention your shoulders
Okay.
necessarily. I would just say, my upper back feels stiff, my upper neck feels stiff, my glutes feel stiff. Can you help me? Because symptoms are what direct most practitioners' care. And if you tell them symptoms in an area, that's where they're going to focus all their attention.
Okay.
And they don't zoom out. We get so zoomed in that all we see is the symptom. We don't zoom out and see the big picture, right? So, like I was trying to say with the knee pain earlier, the knee's hurting because, well, range of motion is probably not the way it should be, because the quad's too tight, because there's attachment below the knee, right? It's the areas around that are making the knee itself hurt. And so getting blood flow in the surrounding areas. See, we don't have to work on the area that's injured. By working around it, you actually drive blood through it,
Okay.
right?
Right.
So you actually are increasing circulation in the injured area, but not by directly rubbing the injured area, but by rubbing around it, the blood has to go through it.
Okay.
So it's indirect, but you are increasing circulation. But I feel that people feel the desire all too often to just want to directly treat the area that's injured. Now, then this is different than the spine, but with the spine, it's more direct. But there's no nerves, there's no pinching of nerves in here, in the same sense of the spine where you have holes with wires going through them. The pain here is ultimately due to a non-sensitive meniscus not preventing two bones from touching each other. But there's no impingement in here.
Okay.
Like in the spine, when the discs wear out in the spine, you start actually hitting nerves, or the spinal cord gets hit, right, because of bone spurs. In the knee, it's just cartilage that you have to rehydrate, and the rehydration of that cartilage is dependent on if the tissue around the knee is actually mobile and not in spasm and not locked down. And so we're just unlocking above and below. We'll work at the quad in a second, but I just wanted to work the calf here a little bit. Okay. All right. I don't think anybody's ever rubbed your hip.
No, never,
I don't think this area's ever been worked on before.
never.
Some of these nuts might have been here a long time. Like that one is old. Okay. Ooh. Yes. Ah, yes. Oh, nice, yes. All right. Yeah, right here. Vastus medialis is one of the four muscles of the quad, and it's the most responsible muscle for what I found to be the cause of knee pain.
Really?
This muscle, predominantly because we tend to walk with our feet flared, meaning our toes are going outward. We should check that. A little bit of foot flare is normal, especially in guys, but you want to have your feet going straight forward. And the more the foot turns out, the tighter this becomes, and then essentially we wear out the inside of the knee at a faster rate because the weight isn't evenly going over the knee, it's going over the inside more of the knee. So releasing this right here helps to unglue the meniscus a little bit. And there's a stretch I'll show you in a minute about. But right there, easy thing to even, why is my quad tight? Well, easy test for everybody at home. when you're standing, the muscles are relaxed in your legs. But if I shift my weight forward, my quad just contracted and my hamstrings contracted, right? If I hold my posture forward, you understand, my muscles are contracted so I don't fall over.
Right.
So people, oh, my hamstrings are all tight. Yeah, because your body's forward. You understand?
Yeah.
Like right now, it's all now. If I come back upright with the weight on my heels, now everything can go back to being relaxed.
Right.
So it's still the posture of your body
Yeah.
that creates the tension, which then chokes the knee, which causes the meniscus to hurt.
Wow.
Right. So it's still the spine. That doesn't mean that we can't. After you've worked on the spine, you sometimes do need to go in here and release the tension that's still gripping the knee.
Right.
Right. But that's only secondary to addressing that first. Getting people upright is. If you're not doing that, then you can rub the knee all day long. It ain't gonna do anything.
Right.
So you're just,
So posture's everything.
it's still a posture, correct? You got it. You got it. Now, keep the foot over the edge. There, perfect. Now slowly, slowly, slowly. There you go. You want to try to stretch that. You're not going to hurt the knee, okay?
I feel the stretching here.
Yep, yep.
I feel it in here.
You want to work on this about 10 times a day. You just come up, and then you come back down, and you pump it like a pump. You're just compressing. You understand? Opening and dilating that knee. About a set of 10 times every knee, okay? This is how you help and rehabilitate the meniscus and give it hydration. And, the main thing with the knee is we never really take it through a deep range of motion. Walking only requires 20 degrees, sitting requires, 90 degrees, but we're never really going for, the textbook says 140 degrees of range of motion the knee should have.
Wow.
And so, getting it through, it being bent fully is what lubricates the knee. So it dries out, we call it desiccates, it dries up if we don't put it through. Try the other knee, let me see the other one. Yeah. There you go, easy, easy, yep. Foot over the edge, there you go, and then try slowly come down. Yep, work on that. That's your homework.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get rest of your life. That's how you keep your knee healthy. And then, like I was saying earlier, trying to be aware of your feet. And a little foot flare is okay, but guys typically, I think textbook says 10 degrees is normal, I believe, for guys. But you want to not be standing with large amounts of foot flare. You want to have your toes going straight forward. Or at least a little bit flared, but if you start seeing yourself standing there real flared, a lot of stress goes to the inside of the knee because of the foot flare. And that can be because the piriformis muscles contracted, right? So the muscles in here, the piriformis externally rotates your foot, okay? So contraction, you see how it works? The muscle attaches to the side of your sacrum, to the greater trochanter. And you see how this shortens, it pulls my hip outwards. You understand? So foot flare is mainly controlled by the piriformis muscle in the glute. The piriformis is controlled by your lower back. Do you understand? So lower back disc injury, nerve pressure will taser the muscle, which then causes the foot flare. So again, stop standing with your feet flared, but I have a pinched nerve in my back. That has to be addressed first. The pinched nerve has to be. And then how do you do that? Well, moving the stress off the lower back. And once the lower back calms down, the pressure off the nerve will go down, and then the piriformis won't be contracted. And then, like I was doing earlier on that right hip, which is worse, sometimes you have to go in there and release that spasm, and that can be beneficial. I got you. Go ahead and tilt your head to the left. Good. Go ahead and tilt head left. Ooh. Go ahead and tilt to the right. A little bit. And then tilt to the right. Yes.
Wow. Amazing.
I know, that is amazing. Did it hurt?
No, it feels good.
The fingers, you just sort of traction them. I wouldn't do any type of bending or twisting. Just straight traction lubricates the joints.
And we can do this for each other, right?
Yeah, right in here these all feel pretty good. This is where the trigger finger is something that happens as people age. The tendons or the cables are right in here, are in like a zip tie called an aponeurosis, and the cables will actually get stuck on each other. And then that makes it so the person bends their finger and then they can't straighten the finger. And so the healthcare would be to go in here every once in a while and just make sure a little oil, get some oil right in there.
Mm-hmm.
And you sort of check these spots. This is the medical solution is to go in and cut the zip tie. They go in there and they release the sheath so now the cables aren't so close together, and that's the.
Whereas that's
It'd be right.
obviously, you don't want to get that done, right?
I'm saying-
Doing this
correct,
would prevent
correct,
you.
right.
Just
I'm
like
saying that's
carpal tunnel type of a,
right.
I've seen the carpal tunnel theory of cutting, and I've had friends that had it done and it didn't work.
Well, because of
And I
the
said
neck.
because it was from the spine, correct? Sorry. Sorry about that.
Very good. No, not sorry at all. He's already got it.
He likes to talk.
He sounded like a chiropractor there. It wasn't your wrist at all in the first place. It was your neck. Sounds like me. I was like, preach it. Sound like my father. Bo. Very good. Exactly. The nerve was hit in the lower neck, and that same cable goes all the way down. The median nerve is what goes through here, and it's the people always want to know. It's the palmar side. So the test is real simple. We'll show you. Put your hands together like this. So your elbows are to make a line. There we go. Good. Now press your palms together. Okay. Go to the back side. Put the back of your palms and sort of press the back of your palms together. Okay. Do you feel? What do you feel during this? I guess is a question. Do you feel anything? No. So wrist pain is not a positive. You can put your hands down. Wrist pain is not a positive. We call this Phelan's. This is Phelan's and reverse Phelan's test. Having pain in your wrist does not mean that you have carpal tunnel. You understand? When you do this, if during when you do that you feel numbness or tingling in this section of your hand, thumb, index, and half of the middle finger on the palmar side, that would be carpal tunnel. Okay? That's how you diagnose that real simply. Having symptoms in this area does not mean carpal tunnel. Do you understand? It's only if they get worse when you do this. Because
Okay. Right.
you could be pinching the nerve here and have symptoms in this area.
Right.
Everybody clear? Everybody clear how this works? So people go, I have carpal tunnel, I have some. No, it's only if you do this, this crimps the tunnel. When you do this and this, you're putting stress on that tunnel in here, and so if there's already a bottleneck, then you're making it worse, and then the symptoms are going to get worse because the actual nerve, along with the tendon for your thumb and some arteries and veins, go through that tunnel. And so that nerve gets pressured. That's how you diagnose.
We used to do, how about the piecework I used to do, Gail? We used to put these, we would take this work home and make money with it. We would put these silicone caps, tips into a cap, and then they would go on to an aspirator tube. So I would do them all night long, and I would say to her, my wrists are killing me, and she would come over and massage my back, and it would stop. The pain would stop.
Maybe you should be a chiropractor?
Interessante.
A little too old, a little
Right.
too late for that.
Interessante. Relax. I got you. You're not gonna fall, I promise. Here we go. Good, a little bit. Breathe. Exhale. Let the back relax. Good, a little bit. Yeah, good. Other side. Yeah, good. This back relax. Okay, good. Breathe. Good, yeah. Felt nice. Did good, yes. Stand up for me, see how you feel here. Here we go. How's it feeling?
Good, feels great.
Nice. Pleasure.
Thank you.